Okay, here we go.
This is Hits 106, Nassau, the Bahamas.
Hey, Sean. Doris. Why can't I get on this computer? Y'all. Why you look
No, he take it down. He take it down.
You take off
The screws.
and your thing closed down perfectly. Not
Yes,
like
it
us
going
ghetto
inside.
folk that drive with the truck open and evading the man. Because that's what we do.
You say right there, but it's just fine.
You're gonna come fix this?
Man, you got a whole photo loud.
My namesake reach. Hello, Renee. Can you say right in time? Oh, thank you. I put you on camera, but oh, sorry.
You didn't do it?
No.
Oh, I can talk. I mean,
I don't think that's okay. Good.
you only change the carpet.
Hmm?
The carpet in here, the change, and smell like somebody's pissing.
Patrol?
That's what your carpet smell like.
So that's fine. Oh wow, that's interesting. Beats. Come and tell what Rice to say.
What's it smell like?
Star 106 hits. Good afternoon. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to another motivational Monday. Tell him motivational Monday right here on the Star. Of course, it's all powered by KFC. Thank you to Muffler World. Thank you to CFAL, Solomon's, Pinder Tile. I said the Cleveland Clinic, and of course, KFC. Good to have you in my company as always on a Monday. And yes, I got to say welcome to everybody. However you got here, we're 106.5 on the FM band. We are also channel 976 cable. And of course, thank you to everybody, the Facebook faithfuls. We are Star 106 and the Natural Empress on Facebook. Monday means it's a effective living. Ricardo Miller Monday. Good to have you, Coach, as always. Hello, hello, hello.
It's always a joy to be on Mondays, Empress. We were meeting. We had a little small Bohemian gathering on yesterday, and the show had to pop up and to see it. Everybody thought of the show. So thank you so much for all that you do to make sure even those of us who aren't
Down the rock.
yeah. Like we still contributing, man. So
That's right.
appreciate it
That's right. I noticed your T-shirt says you are an effective living ambassador. Say more.
all day. Listen, man. I believe you got to live the message. You know what I mean? We ain't talking about it. We're being about it. You like
Yeah.
that beat?
Beats, he talking to you if you
I all
like that.
about that, you know
Yeah, he
that.
say you all about that life.
Yeah. So I can make sure I hook you all up with some ambassador shirt when I get back home.
No, we don't want that. We want to be on the cruise.
Oh man, that's what will get you on the cruise.
No. We don't want to be second best. It's okay. Never mind. We're not begging.
I know, right?
I'll take a shirt though.
But Beat says he would be glad to take
2X.
one of those shirts in a 2X. Thank you.
I got you, Beats. I got you. Watch it before the end of the year.
All right. So let's dive in because time flies when we're free in our mind on a Monday.
Empress, listen, man. I was thinking about something the past couple of days, and I said, you know what? We got to help people. We got to continue to push the envelope and remind people there are subject matters we got to talk about, even though it may not have been something we've been accustomed to. And so this morning is all about, the critical need to know your family history. What's hiding?
Whoa, back it up, back it up. Back it up, back it up.
Yeah, Empress. The critical need to understand the family history, man. A lot of people have not taken the time to study and assess what. Hey, watch this, Empress. Watch the term. What going down?
What going on?
What going on? Is it? You
In the
need to know. Say it again.
What going down in the family?
We need to know what's going on. Like, why in the world we are where we are? Why are we so split? Why are we so non-evolving? And it's just, I got 5 specific areas that I think is super important to be looked at. And here's the deal, man. The intent is to do better. Okay? The intent is to do better. So we're going to talk about it. Listen, I see Sean in the chat. Sean going to be on that ship next year, Empress. We got the date on lock. Okay?
Hold on. Well, we have teachers in the building today, not necessarily on the feed, and she has a question. What do you want to know about the cruise, Teach?
When is it?
When is it next year? When is it, Coach?
Yeah, the cruise. We coming in the week of October 5th, 8 days in. We're going to Freeport. We're going to Nassau.
So much we could join.
Bryce wants to know, can we join in Freeport?
But
You know, man, listen, we got to talk to the Honorable Chester Cooper. We got to talk to tourism.
Let's stick to the topic. I don't want to know about that. Come on.
Right? Hey, but to be specific, October 5th through the 13th, 2024, we're coming back to the Bahamas. And Empress, listen, I saw, they can accommodate a mass crowd there. They got that entertaining spot,
Okay.
So, on my bucket list, Empress, my goal is, watch this, Empress, watch this. You're going to watch this one come through, and you're going to say, I'm so proud of my boy. Watch this, because I'm looking forward to a ship coming in, and everyone on that ship coming off, we're in one of these.
Okay.
The whole crew is a Miller crew. Come on.
All right.
So on that Carnival ship, just the other day, Empress, it was about 3,800 of us on that ship. Okay?
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, so I'm looking at bringing in a crew of 38. You can imagine seeing downtown with just these, they representing.
That'd be nice.
And then what I could do, I could put a little extra signature Bahamas version.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let's talk about this.
Capital Effective Living Bahamas.
Effective Living Bahamas. Yes, ma'am.
Woo! Let's roll, man.
But here's the deal, Empress. Somebody is going to do it big. Why haven't we had more people in our families doing it big?
Yes.
Somebody is going to bring a whole ship in. Why haven't we had entrepreneurs in the family changing the game like that?
Yes.
That's a part of the subject of, hey, listen, we haven't been short on money, but why haven't we gotten more assets in the earth or in the city or on the island, when the truth was we grew up around the fact that we've had a little something, but now the family isn't progressively moving forward like it's always had something. It's just still a minimum family. It's still a middle-class family. It's still just a little bit above the norm family. Those are questions that people need to look into.
Okay.
So I know this is an uncomfortable question, but the truth is, how many people are losing the wealth of the previous generation because they're not building upon generation to go better. The reality of it is, but 2 generations in, most people go back to the bottom.
True.
When I say 2 generations in, that means your grandmother did okay. Your mother went up a little bit better, but then, I went to a whole nother level. But then if my son isn't taught correctly, he go backward.
To where Grammy was, or
Go
beyond.
where Grammy was, he lose the property. Come on, taxes cost.
Lost the momentum.
Lost the momentum. So then his child ended up having a sad story again, like somebody in the family didn't figure out something.
Right. Okay.
So that's really where I want to come from. I saw this quote. It says, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
And the great Marcus Messiah Garvey also said, people who don't know their history is like a tree without roots. So you got to know from whence you came.
You have to know. But Empress, we know as a culture, a lot of people don't want to talk about what it want. They don't want to know what happened back then.
But
They
it's
want
important. You can't know. You can't know where you're going if you didn't know where you're coming from.
bam.
And that means your bloodline. If you didn't know where it's coming from, you'll be lost.
Right. So that's what I want us to go into. So I put the first one, Empress, because I think the cycle needs to be broken. I think there are too many people moving in. Okay, watch this. I'm working hard to not live paycheck to paycheck. I'm working hard to secure my family the status of being an upper middle class, if not right on the break of being affluent. Well, the truth is, if my son understands the principle that I may have captured late, but I did capture it,
Mm-hmm.
if he capture it in full, Empress, he should elevate this whole process. So my first one is financially. What is the family position financially? I mentioned last week that there are people 3 and 4 generations deep having their children still sleep on the floor.
So
3 and 4 generations deep. Now I understand, in the 70s, okay, that was a particular way. I understand maybe in the 80s you still find that this was the particular way. But man, in 2023, why in the world with 3 generations deep? Well, I slept on the floor. He can sleep on the floor too.
excuse me, we have areas and constituencies here in Nassau that still go into the pump for water. What you talking about?
No, not with no progressive MP.
Woo! All right. You win that one. You win it. But there, I'm just saying, they still
I
exist.
got you.
Why in 2024 are people going to a pump in this day and age?
Yeah. I know they had to have outlawed toilet. Outside toilet has been outlawed, right?
Right. Why are children going to school with no lunch and looking up in the teacher's face? Why?
They can't be going on no lunch. Back in the day, we had the white box with the little sandwich.
Wait, back it up. What you say? Ain't no children going to school looking up in the teacher's face, but where's lunch? And
They
the
got
parents
lunch,
sending
man.
them off to school or sending them on their merry way, walking away to school, and you ain't have no lunch? You better, or breakfast.
You think that's real?
We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna talk with Coach a little more. He's in foreign, y'all. He doesn't understand what happens here in the Bahamas. We're gonna take a quick break right here. Of course, we got our eye in the sky traffic report, followed by more free your mind. Of course, shouts out to everybody locked and loaded. All right, we got more of this underway right here. Of course, on your hit station, we are Star 106 Hits.
Happy across the island, and it's easy right now.
Schooling, please.
The lunch box is still present, Empress. Empress, the lunch box is still
Hey. Calm down.
Coach,
Listen.
there are children coming to school without breakfast.
I
So it's
believe it.
breakfast and lunch. And 9 times out of 10, we don't know if they have dinner. This is why they're starting the breakfast program.
Where's
But it's
the
still
lunch
only a
box?
certain. Where's the what?
The lunch
What?
box that they used to have. The lunch box.
What are you talking about?
Children don't carry lunch to school
No,
no
I'm
more.
talking about they used to have the lunch box.
You hear
over
what
there.
you say? Used to.
You mean like social services lunch?
Yes.
Oh, they have a lunch program, but you have to go and apply. So if me as the parent don't apply for it, my child wouldn't be put on it.
I got you.
And this is real reality. This ain't us guessing. I guess it. She lived that.
Okay. I'm with you. I hear you. I ain't saying nothing else on that.
No, but that's crazy. Like, who does that? And then you know what scares me? I want to imagine that sometimes the parents who doing that, they rocking name brand. Some of them.
Of course.
And don't find it, imperative to make sure that their children have some fuel. Because that's fuel. Food is fuel.
Hey, listen, I remember getting that white log. See, Jay Basins talk about the white box. I remember getting that box. I was at EP Roberts when I was getting that box.
We in Freeport ain't never had no box. We ain't never had no box. I don't know what you talking about.
No, you just didn't go to the school that box needed to be given to.
Maybe that's true. Maybe. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's next step right there. Bro.
But when I found out that that's a real thing, that children going to school and looking up in the teachers, where the hell the teachers supposed to get it from, though? Or
And
you
some teachers have been assisting kids with lunch.
Yeah, but how many can you assist, and how
I
long
know.
can you do that?
That's real talk. See,
All right,
Renee, you remember the box too, the white boxes.
keep on, yeah, Freeport, we bougie. I don't know what white box is. The only box I know is when my dad used to bring me KFC, buddy.
See that? That's what I told you, man. I told you. See that? Jesus
I'm
Christ.
serious.
Hey, KFC brought to school.
Boy, my
Listen.
dad used to bring KFC to school for me. Here we go. Star 106 hits, welcome back. Free your mind on a motivational Monday. Coach Ricardo Miller is in the building. And yes, indeed, today, the critical things you need to know about your family history. It's a must. It's a must.
It's a must, Empress. You need to know that when you got KFC in primary school, you came up from another class. Because had you been to E.P. Roberts and somebody brought you a 2-pack, you getting robbed. You
mean 2-piece?
You mean 2-piece or 2-pack?
A 2-piece.
Oh,
If you got
okay.
listen, Empress, if you got a 2-piece snack right from KFC back in the day, listen, fellas, will take your 2-piece plate.
Oh, no, not in my world. Boy, listen to me. Now that we're talking, I realize, not that I didn't realize before, I'm now realizing how privileged I was. Because listen, that was a every Friday thing. If it wasn't KFC, it was burger. It was the BK. You know what I mean? But KFC can't done, my boy. Like real talk, every blessed Friday throughout my whole school life.
Nice. You were from Freeport, but you know, we all knew you all from Freeport. A couple of people came to Aaron from Freeport. They walked around. You know, you all had highway before highway was ever anywhere else.
Real talk. We ain't no potholes.
Right? Let's move on, because you know people right now from a lot of other islands are feeling the pain of not having the privilege of either KFC or Broad Roads. But let's get past that. Empress, the reality though is some people ain't realize you're 3 and 4 generations poverty stricken, like literally. Really? I'm talking 3 and 4 generations deep, financially limited, and watch this, Empress, is even beyond just getting an education, because some people have gone off, got a good education, came back and lived within the same framework of mindset that has been they haven't broken it. So I'm a big proponent, and I know they say this ain't gonna happen, but I'm gonna keep pushing this idea that family reunion shouldn't be just to be coming around to talk about the basic that we've been talking about for centuries, but it needs to be educational.
You come back with this again this week?
I told you I'm bringing it back because somebody's gonna change this. You're gonna start hearing families book whole convention centers and dissecting the whole concept of it.
Who paid for that?
The family.
It's always gonna be that one person who came up with it. You better have your coins to back it up.
Yeah, but they're gonna start small, Empress, and these same 5 areas that I'm gonna highlight, they're gonna break these down and they're gonna say, hey, according to your needs, go and get your understanding. So the Bible says, in all you're getting, get an understanding. You don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. You don't have to live in the same area, in the same house, dealing with the same situation.
I want you to read this one, and it's so real. You know, I'm for all of you that are on the feed or, of course, listening. I want to know which one of you can honestly say, based on what Coach is proposing, that you could actually see your family doing this. Kevon says they only is go on a flight on little cruise.
To get that was it. That's it. But everybody would agree that having a financial understanding meeting for the family is healthy.
I agree.
You know, or watch it. Let's go to the second one, Empress. The mental state of our family history. What has been our family track record from the mental position?
All us elevator will go off.
You don't use the ground floor.
That's what most are gonna say. Like all us, our head buck.
Right? Hey, listen, the mental state of our family history. There's some of us who we've dismissed And early on, we needed assistance, but nobody want to come real with the fact that ADHD is real and schizophrenic is real and bipolar is real, or mental health in general is real. And everyone, watch this, Empress, the people who are struggling with this, they're family members. So what happens? What happens? These people who are struggling with these mental challenges, there's someone's child, there's someone's auntie, someone's uncle. And we need to know, is this something that's actually prevalent and has been in the family for a while?
I like where you're going with this, and I love your train of thought. But the practicality of having these kind of discussions, you basically asking who crazy in the family. That's really what it gonna boil down to.
Who's
Who's
struggling?
mentally
You're right.
challenged? Why?
So here's the deal. Watch this. You know how many people nationally talking about mental health. Let's pay attention to it. And they'll put the bumper sticker on and they'll put the t-shirt on, but they won't ask their nephew, hey, let's sit down and talk. Let me bring my 3 nephews and 4 nieces together and help them to understand your great uncle. He lost his mind and everything started to go blank for him at this stage. And I want you to know our family has a track record of having this type of issue.
Or even children who are in the family who were mentally retarded, or have who are autistic, but nobody wants to recognize it for what it is, knowing that grandpa somebody further down along the line was a little slow, but they never diagnosed it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They just know that so and so son never talked, but we just thought, you know what, he quiet.
Yep.
You
Right.
feel me?
Yep. But watch this. I like what Sean said. We got to start small and work our way up from there. So it's just having a conversation. So like right now, Empress, my son and I, we do these once a month breakfast, and we sit down. I tell him, hey, but let me tell you some cycles you got to break. Okay, let me give you a track record, because the truth is you need to be building upon what I've been fighting to build or to acquire up to this point. Because Empress, look, you can look and see how many people, the 3rd generation, they're not going up. They're starting to make a dive down. Someone took it up a notch and it was impressive. And now the next generation is coming with the baton, and by they falling out the race, they don't even try to give no effort. So what we see, Empress, from a generational areas that were once prestigious and respectable, when it's time to pass that house on to the next generation, we see dilapidated homes in areas that was one prominent.
Yes.
That's real talk right there.
Yes.
Now watch this. Now, when I say look at our family history financially and look at our family history mentally, there's some people who keep in these 6-bedroom house, 7-bedroom house, and only one of them living in there. Something wrong with your head. That don't make no sense.
This mine. Grammy left this for me.
But you can't even maintain it. You only fixing one
That's all
side
right.
of the room.
That's all right. I might not have no light. Cool though.
But that's causing the whole neighborhood to go down in value.
Don't mind, I can't cut the grass. I don't want nobody seeing there anyway.
How do we address it? Empress, you know what is a behavior that has to be looked into back home? Downsizing. Okay? Downsizing. Downsizing is an idea that needs to be looked into. You don't actually have to keep all that you once had because you've somewhat outgrown that.
I feel you.
That's a real position. And a lot of professionals, they find themselves at a place where I needed a 5-bedroom house for all of my children. My children have grown up. They've gone on. I don't have any grandkids coming over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to downsize from a 4-bedroom house to a 2-bedroom and so forth.
I ain't going to do that. You know why? Because I want to give the perception that I all of this and then some.
Well, the perception lost when you start complaining about the cost of getting that big yard cut.
Yeah. I feel you.
You see what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Or when hurricane comes, you got to learn how to evolve and now address certain situations financially. So I think number one, We need to be willing to look at our family financial position from a historical standpoint. Mentally is number 2. And then number 3 is physically. I have to go there. Okay. What has been the greatest health challenge problem with our family?
Why you can't say that with a straight face? Why is somebody in my studio laughing the minute you said physically?
I had to say it because listen, you got 3 and 4 generations dying from the same issue.
Real.
Empress, I was talking to a young lady the other day. She said, "Boy, my mother died this way, and her grandmother died the exact same way." Now, here's the deal: it was because of weight.
And they're looking for a badge of honor when they say, you know, my Grammy did from this and my mother boy.
Yeah, yeah,
While you jump on that whole pan of macaroni.
same thing, right?
I don't mean to laugh, but for real, you know what I mean? It's like a badge of honor.
Yeah. But here's the deal: somebody got to say, stop and address this. Look at your family history physically. Look at your family history from a health perspective. You want to know, does cancer run in your family? Do you want to know if heart issues, blood issues, all of that stuff?
Real, not to make sport of it, but I didn't know that my family had heart issues until, of course, both my parents died, right?
Huh?
And then, of course, naturally, I want to say naturally, you would want to go in and find out, what your status is when it comes to those things. And I found out that, of course, I have to be careful of certain things. So the first thing is, all of a sudden now, my diet has to totally change. So when I would like to enjoy a conch salad, or of course, a macaroni and cheese, anything, that would spike my cholesterol, it's a no-brainer for me not to partake of anymore. Like, you can't get me to eat conch salad. I'll eat the salad without the conch, right?
Wow.
And imagine the conch. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, most people and people say to me all the time, like, you just cut it out like that cold turkey. And it's like, you want to live? Or
Right.
you don't want to live. It's simple. It's not rocket science.
Which is why what I'm saying now, Empress, is such a great point you just shared. When you get an understanding, hold on. My grandfather may have died from this. My mother may have died from this. I had 2 aunties or an uncle might have died from this. It's in the family. As a matter of fact, when you go get your checkup, they ask you
What's family history? Sure.
what's your family history. We want to know. We want to know what you're more inclined to probably have
Mm-hmm.
in that of the family. I was talking to my son this weekend. I told him, he in college on the campus, and I know what all he's doing. But I had to let him know about drinking because apparently his campus is known for drinking, right? I said, well, I want you to just know, my grandfather struggled with alcohol, and on your mother's side, he's your uncle on that. Your
Paternal grandfather, paternal.
Yeah. Yeah, he struggled with alcohol, and then you got a couple uncles who struggle with alcohol. And I said, boy, just want you to know, we ain't made for the bottle, boy. I don't do the bottle, because I understand and I've seen this is the reality. Now, some people, they can do it. Guess what? That ain't us.
Cool.
You think that ain't us? And so,
Let's take a quick break right here. Of course, as we count down, I think this is timely. I love where you're going with this. And I'm hoping that people are listening and saying, yes, this is practical and will be willing to do as well. We're going to take a quick break right here. Free your mind, Motivational Monday, right here on The Star.
Muffler World on Mackey Street and Robinson Road.
Wait, listen to me. I can see conch salad and that don't move me no more. I see people post on their status, yeah, boy, one nice scotch and a collect right now. I just looking like, okay, no problem. There's no problem.
but my thing is, Empress, my thing is they will eat like that. Then when they don't get caught up with the record of a bad report, they come around you like you should be letting them.
Listen, we had Dr. Fox on last Wednesday. And Dr. Fox told a story of a young lady who was diagnosed with what it was, teach? All kind of things, right? And she can't, like, let's say heart, cholesterol, right?
Mhm.
She ain't supposed to have no cheese, no butter, no cream, no none of that, right? And she confessed that she ate a whole pan of macaroni, and he said, "Why would you do that?" Right? And she said, "'Cause it tastes good,
Mhm.
cold. It
Yeah.
tastes good." But you
Yeah.
know, you're supposed to have not a piece, not a
Yeah.
taste, a
Yeah.
whole pan.
All
You
right.
feel me? Here we
So,
go.
so what's
Hold on, we're good. Star 106 Hits, welcome back. Free your mind. It's a motivational Monday. Coach, we got to dive in because listen to me, time is flying. It's flying.
yeah? Mhm.
All right, so you're
Empress,
going to
this one,
give you the analogy about the pan of macaroni when you shouldn't even have not even one taste.
you find that there are people who end up in that position, and then they want to come around with the sad face or want you to have the sad position when the report goes for negative when they've been living recklessly. I mean, watch this. When I talk about family history, you got 2 and 3 family members dying without insurance. Why in the world every year we got to go back through the same thing, having cookout and having GoFundMe accounts set up for something that could be corrected after identifying the track record that has been in the family for so long? And then this is what they normally come up with, Empress. This is what I see as a minister sitting down, and a lot of people, well, we's family, we got to cover each other. I think we should cover each other with wisdom as well. I think
Yes,
we should cover each other with education. I think we should cover
yes,
each other.
yes.
Hold on, watch this. How come you hadn't called for a handout in 5 years? Could you educate the rest of us? Could you help us to be empowered or
Now,
equipped?
remember now, that could simply, the answer to that could simply be, because I have a job.
It could start there.
Yeah.
But also, watch this, at that family reunion that I think where questions need to be asked. Hey guys, who don't have insurance? We're gonna have an insurance agent come on up at this family deal and get small packages because everybody needs to have insurance. Don't be asking me to put no money in the pot about listen.
Listen, teacher here killing herself laughing like you doing a comedy show. I mean, she can't contain herself.
But she's not telling the truth. And then they say you want listen.
Please, say what you're saying, teacher.
It's not gonna happen.
Talk
here.
to the mic.
It's not gonna happen here.
It's gonna start.
Okay, you coming to
It's gonna
start?
start. I'm helping start the process with the conversation. Listen, it only takes a spark to follow going. And so we're gonna start it. We're gonna start. Somebody's gonna get wisdom through these talks and say, I'm gonna be the difference maker. Now, here's the deal. I can't change the world, but I can change a person. I can help change a person, and that person can change their family initial household, because we can't be repeating some of these problems that we see.
Let's read this one. We are people known to say that ain't even hurt until it actually hurts. We eat large with no exercise and become shocked when the cholesterol is high. We quick to sleep around but can't believe we catch something. We live like we're invincible and act surprised when we're not.
So true. So true. But now, hey, listen, we have a platform where we're bringing information to the forefront,
Sure.
where others may have not been told. You know what my grandmother used to say? Warning come before destruction.
Yes.
You know why I don't get a lot of calls? Because I'm all over the place talking talks like this. So people know not to send me no name.
Don't mess with that one.
Don't send
Okay,
me no.
since
A
they
bunch of
wouldn't
people.
call you, tell me how to tell them I don't have Taurus Riley tickets, please. Continue.
Yeah, I really want to help people, man. Empress, I was thinking the other day, we do these talks like this, and there are people who are struggling for real, and they won't go to the core of an issue and says, I'm tired of living like this. I'm not going to be the next one in my family to have to start to go have to deal with this type of sickness. I'm not going to be. So let's go on to number 4. Number 4 is socially. There are some people, listen, they ain't having it. You know how many people, I've been doing a little record on this, checking up on some people. I'm a part of a number of different organizations. Empress, and socially, some people ain't checking the family history to see who is living by themselves and aren't connected with a community. Literally, there are people who are dying, living in their homes by themselves, been there for weeks until the neighbors like something stink across the street.
Yes.
And nobody is checking.
That story. Wow.
Pardon me?
Somebody just told me that exact same story, but when she discovered that her father was dead, it was after the body started to decompose because nobody was checking.
But no, because here's the deal. I listen. I call my mother every week, and I listen. I know the people living next to my mother. Then I got somebody I could call and say, "Go check." I mean, you gotta have social connection with society to thrive and live at its best. But there are a lot of people, they're losing out because they're not a part of community. They're not a part of bringing family together to make sure we're looking out for each other. So, sad case. Here's the deal. Socially, even among the family members, people aren't looking out for each other, Empress. And you know how many family, going back to from a financial standpoint, you know, watch this, Empress. You acquired 5 or 6 assets, but you ain't told nobody. And then if you're not socially engaged to make sure that you have a will, that you really set yourself up to ensure others know what you got. You know how many property on town, money, buildings on town. You know how many people are renting from people they ain't see the owner for a while and they live
You
in
see
their
how the
spot.
devil don't want you to talk? You see that?
Oh, me?
Your internet is not allowing you to be great.
Am I cutting out?
Am
I cutting out?
Okay, there you are. Yeah, you're good now.
So here's what I'm saying. Listen. You know how many people, Empress, renting from an apartment where the owner don't come for their rent no more because they dead, they gone, and nobody knew that who owned the place. And so now you have wealth that could have been passed on is no longer being passed on. People aren't putting a will together to know what's valuable that others should know to be able to have, especially people who ain't got no children. Who, especially you by yourself, what are you going to do? Leave it to an organization or something.
Well, see, first and foremost, I don't want nobody in my business, so I ain't tell nobody I own 3 apartments and 4 condos. You feel me? So
yeah,
that is the situation right there where people just secretive. I don't want you to know what I have because you can beg it.
Well, even if that's the case, then put it in a will and document it. Hold on, watch this, Empress. See this? See it? I just got this, right? Look at this. See it, yeah? I'm dead. Now what?
See, I ain't buying no book like that. I'm sorry.
Hey, Empress, the book is I'm dead. Now what? Now here's what this book. Hey, Empress, it has passwords, it has assets, it has this detail, man. This lets you know all the credit cards, everything.
So let me ask you something. When you fill that out now, you have to get it notarized or something for it to be valid?
No, this is just info. This ain't a will. This is not a will. This is just basically putting all of the important information, and they ask you all kinds of questions. Where your marriage license is. I'm talking about divorce papers. Because here's the deal. Families get logged down with all kinds of issues because we didn't know that, yes, he got divorced from her, but we can't find the papers, but he dead. He dead, and she ain't nobody know but the paper. She coming to claim. Okay.
Shante, tell a lawyer that ain't enough unless it's documented.
But once again, this is just organizing your information. That's all.
Let me ask you something. I see Renee says, my namesake says, I have a yellow folder for when I'm dead, deeds, accounts, password. I bet you Renee live in foreign too.
I was just at Renee yesterday. Renee's good people.
See, right, Renee don't live here. I knew that.
Renee from that old Renee from last.
Renee's the that live abroad, and when in Rome you do as the Romans do. I know Renee wasn't here. I knew it.
Empress, I can bring 150 of these books when I come on the show in the station, and people who are ready to shift the culture is gonna come get this book.
When you bringing them?
When I come back on the show.
I don't like the title. It couldn't be like when I'm gone or when I'm no longer here. You feel me, Teach?
Listen about the reality of it is, Empress, I can be dead, man. I'm dead.
Just say when I'm no longer on this earth. Now what? Yeah, when I have transitioned, now what? That's what. But why gotta be all of that?
Because point blank, people playing by Empress. People playing. Do you know how many family members the siblings get mad? I'm talking about wealth and valuable assets are just distributed,
We see it
lost
all the
because
time,
no,
coach, all the time.
no, but that's because we run it from the book.
Yeah, because the
Okay,
way
I
the
can
book
do,
is titled, that's why we ain't gonna do that.
I can bring a Bahamian version. I can do one. I've passed on. Now what?
Yeah.
I can
I
do.
don't know.
I
I
can make.
don't pass. Now what?
Now what? Okay, but
Don't
last but
sound
not
better,
least,
right?
Empress,
I don't pass.
Yeah.
Now what? And you gotta spell it like that's what I done pass. DUN.
straight up.
Straight up.
For people to look into that. But here's the deal. Here's the deal, Empress. Last one. Spiritually, what's your family history? If you believe in God and you living like hell on earth, like there is no God, but you ain't checking your family history, you know your family in hell.
They're there yet, man. They sleep.
Because here's the deal.
Oh,
We want
man.
Empress, we want the pastor to talk of your crooked cousin. You want him to talk him up like he's good people. But
I like
spiritually, that boy was
I like this title, by the way.
ah.
It
You
is
like
well
that?
with my soul. Now what?
They know them.
I like that title too. I think I can carry that one.
Yeah, I like that.
Keep on, better get it right.
Yeah, you gotta give Kevon his rights.
Yeah, keep on. You got the right. Pass that over to me, keep on, you know. Listen,
Yeah.
listen, I can buy a plate of macaroni. like whatever.
Yeah. A
Empress.
pound of my-
A pound of macaroni. Empress. Listen, you know how many people we talk them up at the funeral, but those people were never spiritually awakened. They never was alive. They never had no interest in no spiritual development. Why are we talking when our track record is demonic and devil and bad behavior and attitude and problematic ways?
Yeah.
But if we say it's all about heaven and hell and good and bad, then the truth is at these funerals where everybody was a good person, that doesn't mean you secure. So let's start cleaning up our behavior to ensure that the afterlife has a good place for us.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So I'm of the belief there is no subject. You know this, Empress. There's no subject you should be afraid to talk about. Okay?
No.
Look at this. In divorce rate in the family. Why ain't nobody talking about this? Why the divorce rate in the family the way it is? Nobody talking about it. 3 and 4 generations can't keep the thing together. You got to look into this and say, okay, what are we not knowing? I was talking to one fella. He said, "Boy, all the men in my family weak. All the women is come in and just run over them." Then you got the other ones. Boy, all the men in our family has been taught to beat women. What you mean all the men in the family have been taught to beat women? That's been the way the family has done it and it's been doing it. And now we got kids coming up with the same behavior and the mindset because nobody's looking at the history.
Yes. All right. So in closing,
The Bible says, study to show yourself approved. Most people think that's only a religious position. But I believe that you should study to show yourself approved in every subject matter regarding doing life well. If you don't know, you could be suffering or hurting because of it.
Coach, thank you so much. As always, so inspiring, so enlightening, so eye-opening. We look forward to seeing you next Monday, same time, same place. And
Yep,
thank you so much as always.
I'm looking forward to it, Empress. Looking forward to it all the time.
All right, folks. So y'all know what to do. Top of the hour, 5 o'clock. Your drive at 5 with yours truly. And DJ AI comes your way. So you know what to do. Stay tuned right here to your hit station. We're Star 106 Hits.
Where you are in the world. Click to the next
Change the title and we might think about it.
part.
You see what
Yeah,
Paulette said? Huh?
I said change the title, we might think about it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Well, let me tell you. Good information right here, Empress. Good stuff right here.
I hear you, boss.
Study.
I hear you, boss. That's enough still. See you later.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Hi, Paulette. Good stuff. Great, Paulette. He's a realist.